Receiver. Nice to see you again.
You too. Good to see you.
All right, we'll start you off with Matthias from Timeout Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah. uh, Here's Matheus Ornelas from Time Out Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft. Uh,
Thank you.
this year, this year we have a class with a lot of good receivers, guys who can do a bunch of things. How do you see yourself in this class, and what you think that's your like biggest quality that you're bringing for the game as a wide receiver?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing going into this process is understanding what you can bring to the table. I'm a big physical receiver, but I look off of the physical attributes and look into preparation and routine. Because as you see later in the NFL greats have a great routine. Their off the field routine is amazing, and they're very disciplined. So I've been focusing on my routine and my longevity and recovery. But what I bring to the table is a big physical presence, run every route in the route tree, press or man or off coverage. So I've seen it all. And you know what I'm saying? I prepare to be like a pro. So I think that I will carry over pretty well. Appreciate you, though.
All right, let's move on to Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then Alex.
Hey, Jhamon. You still feel like opting out for the season was the right decision for you? And in what ways did you grow because of that? And was there any frustrations or unexpected parts that might have been negatives to it?
Yes, sir. I try not to look in the past too much and put doubt on myself or anything like that. At the time, that was the best decision that I felt like it was needed to happen. Frustrated because, I've never not played football for a year, and to watch my team and to go through fall camp, with the COVID is why, so I it was hard. It was new for me. But like I said, I grew in a character, I understood patience. I was out there in Florida training for a minute, and just learning how to be a pro, because once you get done with college, none of that matters. You have to now get ready to go against grown men and NFL pros and vets that you watch on TV. So I couldn't stay into that trance too long. I had to once I made the decision, I had to go and work out and get ready for the next level as fast as possible. So I definitely learned some poise and patience and how to be a pro in my routine.
When you look at what your numbers were testing out when you first started training privately outside, and then you look at your numbers today, do you feel like you saw the growth that you wanted to see by taking that route this past year?
Definitely numbers, but more so how I move and how I feel, because numbers can only tell so much. Only the person knows, how they feel doing that, So I definitely feel a lot healthy. I feel intact, I feel mentally here, present, and just allow me to really hone in on things I need to work on, like my route precision, running routes 5 times a week, 4 times a week, or getting detail work that you might not get during a football season or after. So I definitely, improved in that phase of the game for sure. But the numbers, from the number standpoint, I just don't, like I said, like you can have 1,000 yards and it not be a credible 1,000 yards. It's just, I don't really focus on that. Like if I got to improve my routes, I got to improve my routes. 1,500 yards, 1,800 yards, or 800 yards like I had. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what my stats would have been, I would have been hard on myself and still look for my improvements in my game. So I not to be a cliche, but I really don't focus on too many numbers, because at the end of the day, it's always something I got to get better in. You know what I'm saying?
And then finally, what was your communication like with the A&M coaching staff through the last, half year or so, whatever, and then also with the communication and getting the invite back and making sure you were back here for this pro day?
Yes, sir. It was, pretty constant. Pretty regular. Stayed in touch with all the guys. I was texting Coach Fisher, Coach Craig, through watching every game. It's just, I'm a leader on the team, so it would be unnatural for me to even not take those, approaches. But I was just in contact, like you said, and then text everybody when I was coming back, spoke to everybody. Really happy to see everybody, because it's been like almost 7 months. So it was new to me, It's been a minute. I never have not been here. I've been here 4.5 years probably, I think, because I came early. So it was good to see everybody.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's go to Alex Fleming from the Florida Sun, and then Gabe.
Mott, how you doing? Alex Fleming, Florida Sun. Couple of questions for you. How good is your footwork? Do you play basketball, and have you been working during the season and off season and improving your range your catch radius? Because your team they definitely could have used you this year. That's not your fault. And you saw how the NCAA treated you guys. So, yeah, how good is your footwork, your catch radius, and what have you done to improve your draft stock?
So to your two attributes that you called out, I think they're above average. And it's not to compare this guy, but I put in an extreme amount of work and detail and time and precision within my training. So I definitely feel like my footwork and my catch radius is continuously to improve. I don't like to it doesn't really, I'm still trying to improve it. Next year I got to get better footwork. So it's improved. It's above average. And I think that, what's your last question you said? The last part of your question?
What have you done to improve your draft stock? The reason why I asked you about your footwork is because Stephon Diggs, Jerry Jeudy, their footwork is immaculate, and it shows on the field because defenders get tired of chasing them and they can't catch up with them, and they're just reception machines. You were a valuable weapon at Texas A&M, and I don't want to compare you to Mike Evans, but you have a lot of potential, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on you. So I guess I'm just curious, what can you do to improve your game, and what have you done to improve your game?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just like I said, it's not too much different. Precision and working out on routes. A lot of times, a lot of guys get caught up in the flashiness and don't remember to train for the game, for off-man coverage, to run precise routes without showing any indicators, running poised routes, getting ready to run against NFL vets that are eliminating routes at 5 yards, 10-yard routes. This is not college anymore, So it's a little bit different. So I've been trying to get it ready for that style of game because the style of game is totally different. The hashes are closer in. There is no boundary. I played in the boundary my whole time here. So I have to learn how to run routes in different areas of the field, and I've been honing in on that. Everybody has their thing. Jeudy runs great routes. Everybody runs great routes, but I'm myself. So I'm just trying to focus on the best person I could be as a player, as a receiver. So I'm just honing in on my flaws and my weaknesses. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Good luck on the next level.
Appreciate you.
All right, let's go to Justin Woodard and then Mike Lucas.
Hey, Jhamon, kind of building up what you said, you're your own person. How do you feel like you stack up in this extremely deep wide receiver class, man? I know I got to have a lot of receivers go before you, but you got something to prove, you think?
I am who I am. I came in, played as a freshman. I'm a worker, so regardless if somebody puts a first round on me, it doesn't change how I think about myself. So, that's why I can't act like I care about a lot of that stuff. So, like I said, if someone put a first round grade on me, it wouldn't make me more confident. My routes are going to get ran. The ball's going to get caught. I'm going to block. I'm going to know my plays. I can only focus on so much. So, through this process, I try to be in the moment because no one knows what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't focus on the unknown like that. I just try to make sure I can hone in on what I know and what I need to improve on every day.
Given that you didn't play, though, this year, Jhamon, how did you feel today in front of the NFL scouts? Did you feel like you had to go out there and put on a pretty good show considering you didn't have film from the last year, or did you not feel like that?
Yeah, but I would hope that if I did play, I would still have the mentality of coming out there and trying to perform. I felt really good. It was good having that adrenaline back, like a game or a warm-up around, and having your teammates cheer you on. So it was definitely good to get that team vibe back, and to be one last time in the indoor was a blessing. So it was really good to come back and put on a show in front of my teammates and the scouts. Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to Mike Lucas, then we'll go to Gabe Bach.
How you doing, Jhamon? It's been too long, man.
I know how you've been. I've been good. Appreciate it.
What's this been like going through this process? I know you've been training with Kellen down in Florida. So to have your quarterback kind of with you as you're progressing through these uncharted waters with, getting ready for the NFL draft, how beneficial has it been to have Kellen there by your side for that?
Really, really good because, like you said, been a long time coming. IMG days talking about this time, college days talking about this time, and it being finally here is just, second to none. Words can't explain it. So it's definitely a blessing. Beautiful thing to see two people to grow together. You know what I'm saying, and be able to self-reflect and see how we've grown year after year and being roommates. So, it couldn't have went any other way. It couldn't have went any better for me to be, like you said, next to Kellen and put on the show, man. It was definitely a blessing.
And you've seen him progress more than probably anyone else because you did play with him in high school. So, when you look at quarterbacks making that transition, is Kellen right up there with some of the best in this class, in your opinion?
Yeah, I'll just say Kellen's seen a lot, dealt with a lot, and he's a strong person, so, it's it's gonna be interesting, you know what I'm saying, to see where he lands and see who, takes him. But I'll tell you one thing, anybody that gets Kellen is gonna have a tough player to, you can count on, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him grow year after year, and he's just a strong mentality. So like I said, no matter what's thrown at you, you can just come back at it and bounce back. As long as you can fight through adversity, you'll be fine. So it was good seeing him overcome a lot of stuff like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jhamon.
Appreciate it.
All right, next up is Gabe Bach from the Texas, and then we'll go Josh Allen.
Hey, Jhamon, good to see you again. I want to go back to the very beginning when you were discussing just what it was like opting out. Can you take us through just your thoughts on sitting there and watching A&M rise to the level that they did as the season went along, the big winning streak, almost getting into the playoff, winning the Orange Bowl, finishing ranked fourth? Like, what was that like from your perspective?
I was happy for them. You know what I'm saying? That's just those are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I've been training some of them been here since I was a freshman, and some younger guys that I took under my wing, you know what I'm saying? Just to watch them, you just want the best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty positive person, so it wasn't about me at all during that time. I just wanted to be there for them because like I told them, no matter what happens, I was going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Year 3 years from now, 2 years, this is a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's much bigger to me. So like I said, through all that, I actually went to the Orange Bowl game. I just watched every game and was there for him, texted him, watched the film, called him afterwards. Like I was, you know what I'm saying? This is still, but I was just supporting him the whole way. Yes, sir.
All right, and we'll wrap it up with Joshua Allen from the Bucks Report.
Hey, Jhamon, how we doing today?
How you doing? Doing pretty good. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Just kind of wondering who you've leaned on through this entire draft process. Like who, the former players, current players, that you've kind of picked their brain to expect what to, know what to expect for the pro day and the pre-draft process. Also, have you spoken to the Buccaneers and who do you model your game after in the NFL?
Yes, sir. I've been really honing in with Jarvis Landry. He was out there in Florida because he lives out there, and I was training with him for a while. Just like I said, the pre-draft process, in the NFL process, just the locker room talk and talking just ball period, and just talking to them how the game progresses when you get to the next level. Yes, I have talked to the Buccaneers, but for me, that I see myself as, I don't really just see myself like someone. I take bits and pieces, and I like to watch Julian Edelman, guys like Wes Welker, guys that are not 4-4, 4-3 guys, but understand what's going on around them. And you see the game is very slow in their head. So I'm a real cerebral thinker, so I really appreciate when a receiver knows what he has going on.
Did you speak with Kevin Garver, the wide receivers coach, or was it more like scouts and personnel guys? And Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, pretty good comparisons if you're going to play with Tom Brady.
Yeah. I appreciate that. It was a scout. It was an area scout I was at that I talked to. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Best of luck on your journey.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's all good. Appreciate it.
We got one more. I'm sorry. Travis Brown from the Eagles got a question for you.
Yeah, a quick follow-up too. Was there ever any point in the season that you were watching, doing this films, and you thought like, hey, maybe I should come back. Maybe I should do this, especially maybe when things were going good, or was it always full steam ahead on what you were doing in the private training?
It hurt me from the beginning. Like I said, I've never not played football ever in my life for a year since I was 4. So it was a lot different. Like I didn't know what I was feeling, but I wouldn't say I was unstable for a minute, but it was new to me. I was experiencing new life. But like I said, when I see my brothers out there winning and playing great, and they're happy, it was no longer about me at that point. So it was all like, I don't know how to be selfish to that extent. So I was hurt, did all these things in private, but at the end of the day, I was supporting them fully because I've never been a selfish person, and it wasn't about me. Like I said, they were winning. That's all that mattered. Yes, I definitely wanted to play this season, but things didn't work like that. So I just did what I could, which I supported, I just supported as much as I can.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
All right, that's all we have for you, Jhamon.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all. You have a good one.
All right, let's see.